Hello, welcome back to Beyond Beauty. As I said before we went on break, we have the wonderful John Scott. He is the international award-winning photographer of Scott's Photography. John, international.
International, yes.
Tell us about that. Wow.
Yes, international. I've shot Mexico, Bermuda, Bahamas. My latest venture was actually in Germany. I shot for Roof, which is the third largest hair salon chain in Germany. So I had an opportunity to actually shoot for them. It was a good shoot. Interesting, but it was good. One of our biggest issues was the language barrier. That was the biggest issue. My cousin who lives there, she was actually the interpreter for us, but at that particular time she had to leave. So now I have 3 words of English. They maybe have 30 words of English, and I have a few words of German. So it made for an interesting shoot.
Absolutely. I was getting ready to say that had to. I mean, just the miscommunication. I mean, some of the expressions that you must have gotten on their face.
Yes.
Or what about the scenery? How was
the scenery was very nice. And that's one thing that I wanted to capture while I was there. One of the things I expressed to them is that I didn't want regular images, or I didn't want to go to a garden. I didn't want to go to places that we have in the U.S. I wanted to go to something that's unique to Germany. So we went to certain places. Of course, you have the signs that's in German. You also have the bullet trains that you also have. You also have castles there. So those are some of the things that I wanted to actually see while I was actually there. So it was like, okay, we can do that. So that was kind of arranged before we left. So we were kind of riding around, and they would just point to wherever you want to stop. So it was interesting. Okay.
Very good. I mean, the castles, that's all about Caesar's Empress. We're all about royalty. We'll have to go back there and do it.
Yeah, we might have to do it.
Definitely.
Royalty. We like that.
Yes. And it's funny that you said that, because when I left, one of the things that we were arranging with the owner, he also informed me that, the different style of shooting that I was doing, that had he known, well, he knew, but he didn't know the style or the type that we were actually doing, that we could have done a shot in Paris, which is only a 3-hour train ride away.
Right.
And he said, we could have shot there. They have this big, wonderful studio that they have to shoot in. Also, he said they speak perfectly good English, so you don't have to worry about the language issue.
Language barrier.
Yeah. Just trying to get an apple pie from McDonald's was interesting.
Really?
Oh yeah, we had to draw up the box first, and then after I drew up the box, I pointed to the flower, which was green. So it's a green box, that you eat, and they looked at each other and they said something, and when they came back, they took it out the bag. They're like, "This," like, yeah.
Finally,
yes, an apple pie.
So how did the shoot turn out? Being that you had that.
The shoot turned out well. It snowed that morning in April, which I really wasn't expecting it to have snow in April. So that was interesting. But the shoot itself went wonderful. When I got there, I met with the hairstylist and the makeup artist and with the model. So they already had the outfits and everything that we wanted to shoot in. She had the outfits matched up perfectly with the models. And when I saw them, then I already knew what locations that, I wanted to go to the visit to shoot at.
And speaking of hairstylists and makeup artists, that's where we met you at a shoot.
Yes.
You shoot for magazines and.
Yes. Actually, I shoot for 11 different magazines.
Right.
Everything from hair to fashion, to product, to food, a little bit of everything. I've been doing it for a while, a little over 15, 16 years. And I pretty much shot everything from A to Z, from weddings to kids to pets to you name it. I've pretty much shot it. But I'm a real creative person, so the creative part is really in the hair and fashion portion of it. When you're doing family portraits, they're not too much to do, too much out of the box stuff. But when you're working with hairstylists, makeup artists, they like to be very creative. So that was
We know that
was
'cause
my niche.
you have done some glamour shots for us in the past, so
Yes.
yeah.
What about, the biggest thing? I want to go back to maybe like, was it Atlanta Housewives that had the alter ego shot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you still do that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Like, I have to come see you.
Yes.
Because I definitely want to do my alter ego. Because we talked about it, haven't we, Marilyn? Like, I want to be like, my alter ego is going to be a police officer because I always wanted to be that. Going from beauty to got a badge and a gun.
Well, let's go to your award winning. I mean, that's remarkable.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I was presented last year at Fashion on the Hudson with the Fashion Icon Award. That was given by Fashion Avenue News magazine.
Wow, that's fantastic.
To receive that award is for individuals who actually contribute to the industry as far as help preserving the industry, bringing new faces to the industry. What I like to do myself at Scott's Photography is introduce hairstylists, makeup artists, models to a larger audience than what they are, accustomed to.
Okay.
A lot of times they are here in Virginia, and okay, how do I get to Fashion Week? How do I get to this event? How do I get to that event? How do I get to Germany or France? How do I get over there?
Speaking of that, I have a question for you. Like, a lot of times people want to know, is it necessary to purchase pictures to be in the modeling industry or to be in the beauty industry? Is it necessary for me to do those kind of pictures? A lot of people think they can just take pictures with their camera phone because everybody has camera phones now, and that is going to work.
No, you really want to have professional images. The reason is, again, if this is your profession, you want to have a certain look, a certain image to your business. So if you have a professional business, you will want to have professional images. When you come into your salon, you want to have, professional chairs, not them sitting in folding chairs to doing the hair. So it all ties in together.
Right.
Also, being published helps the stylist as well. Being able to have your clients come in and they want to know, well, is this person really that good? Is they really that good? I'm not too sure. But when you can show them magazines where you have the front cover, the back cover, middle spread, other images or a whole write-up on you, then that speaks volume.
I mean, me being a stylist, I totally understand it, and I totally agree with that because we've had it when I had my shop in New York. We had somebody see our work in a magazine in Pennsylvania, and they're like, I want that style.
Right.
So I would get on a train and come out to you because I want that style.
Yes.
So I totally understand what you're saying about that. A lot of times models feel like, they want me to pay for these pictures. I'm not doing all of that, So could you kind of like elaborate on the importance of being able to pay for good photos and how it will help you in the industry and what they're looking for when they,
Yes, definitely. As far as models and getting their images done, again, it's the same thing. It's the professionalism. When you're bringing your portfolio there, again, I have models who, John, I want to go with you to this event. I want to go with you to that event. But then I ask them, what do they have? They don't have anything. They don't have com cards. They don't have a portfolio. They don't have headshots.
they have selfies.
They have selfies. So when you go to an event, and I try to get them to look at modeling as a business, not just as something to do.
Right.
And when you look at it as a business, the same thing would be if I want to advertise, on Comcast, for instance. The Comcast is not going to pay me to advertise on their channel. I would have to pay them to advertise on their channel. The same thing with pictures or with magazines. Magazines will pay some models to be in their magazines, but they're looking at it as a business. So if I'm going to pay you to be in a particular magazine, how much of my bottom line is going to change with you in it? Are you a household name? if I have you on the cover, we'd be like, oh my God, that's her. Yeah, I need to get this issue. Or, you know, I'm going to sell 10,000 copies with or without you in it. If I put you in it, do my sales go from 10,000 to 20,000? Then yeah, it's, as a business, it's worth my investment to spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to pay you to be in my magazine if I know I'm going to make $15,000 to $20,000 in profit.
So you have models out there that are making that on one shoot.
Yes, they can actually do that. Yes. Again, it depends on what magazine you're in. It also depends on who's shooting it. There's a lot of variables with it. Not only just from fashion. One of the industries that's a lot of models shy away from, which is understandable, and that's what we call the eye candy models and things like that. But a lot of them host events, they host shows. Being in those particular magazines, they're actually able to go now. It's like, okay, I'm in this issue. This issue has sold X amount of copies. I know that my face can bring business, you know, to your event. And I've seen them, you know, anywhere from $500 to $2,000 for 4 hours or less worth of work.
Because a lot of models don't fit the criteria that they're looking for, like say with Ford or, you know, all those different modeling agencies. So, but there is work out there for them.
There's work
if they have the right look.
Yes. Also too, and also with modeling, you have body part models. You know, some people have beautiful eyes, some have beautiful hands, beautiful feet. So when you are advertising, or you have advertisement companies who sell nail polish, who sell, you know, toenail polish, they need someone that has nice looking, pretty toes. You have horns and bunions and all this stuff. Yeah, so your feet, you know, expecting you to be advertising my product. No, it's not going to work like that. So there is work out there. Not all work is high-paying work. Again, that's the touchy area, because again, you know, I'm modeling. This is a job. I want to get paid for it. And when you get to certain levels in the industry, yes, you can get paid for it. You can receive compensation for it. One other thing that they do in the industry that's a lot of models, some of them actually prefer, are comps more so than, you know, payment. Because we have had certain individuals or certain events where they pay models to actually, you know, to be a part of the event. Okay. But you have to get to the event. You got to pay for your own hotel. You have to pay for your own food. So
so they rather just have the food and the hotel and just
because by the time they have paid you, you know, $300, $400. By the time you get your transportation there, by the time you get a hotel for 2 nights, by the time you feed yourself and get transportation back, you're probably going to be in the red.
And then in return, they're pretty much putting themselves out there.
Correct.
And making themselves popular to get to that $2,000 or $3,000.
To get to that $2,000, $3,000 shoot, that $2,000, $3,000, you know, event, and things like that. One model that actually came here, Keyshia Key, she does this lipstick line that she has with these bright colors and everything. And she started as doing, you know, music videos and things like that. But she had a plan. I'm not just doing it just for, hey, I'm just going to do it just for kicks. Once I get my name out there, my name will sell my product line. And that's what she do. And for her to come here, it was pricey. It was very pricey for her to come here, but she has a following. And people know who she is and things like that. So when you get to that status, then that's how you demand the big dollars to come.
Got you. You know,